Hello, business administration students. Welcome to Business Research. Today, we will tackle about purpose, role, and value of business research. Are you ready? But before that, here are the reminders. Reminders. Number 1, listen carefully, attentively, and with comprehension. Number 2, for your attendance, type in your complete name, major, section, and positive manifestation in the comment box or below the video. Make a screenshot, save it, it will be attached to the G-Class to the Google Classroom, and give a thumbs up to the video. Example, Olivia K. Burke, MM2B, I am the first millionaire in our family. That's the positive manifestation. Make sure to have your attention in the discussion and answer the question or questions being asked. Questions can be found at the beginning, middle, or at the end of the video. Answer the question or questions in the comment box of the video and make a screenshot. The screenshots will be attached to our Google Classroom as a proof of attending, answering, and watching the online class. From doing so, the time and the date will appear and I can monitor. Attach it in the label Meeting 001 Business Research in our Google Classroom. The submission of the attachment for today's Meeting 001, there will be a 50% deduction if submitted outside the given date. So better submit it on or before February 2, 2024. The outcomes of these discussions are the following. Understand how research contributes to business success. Know how to define business research. Understand the difference between basic and applied business research. Understand how research activities can be used to address business decisions. Know when business research should and should not be conducted. Appreciate the way technology and internationalization are changing business research. Okay, how to improve the position of any company? The answers are: there should be a strong financial data, consumer feedback, product research, competitive analysis, and industry data. Take note of these. There should be a strong financial data and where you determine areas of unnecessary costs. There should be consumer feedback. This is the essential, making sure that the company is meeting consumer needs. Product research, very important. Improve the product to meet the needs of the consumers. And make sure you have to deliver the product through a variety of distribution channels. And we also have the competitive analysis. Competitive analysis is where the company compares its products and services to those of another company. Having the industry data, it will help the company to understand how the industry as a whole is doing. Okay, so take note of all of these to improve the position of any company. So, in order to improve the position of any company, you must need to conduct, or the company must conduct, a business research. So, how do we find business research? This definition suggests that business research information is not intuitive or haphazardly gathered. It is accurate and objective. It is relevant to all aspects of the business, and it is limited by one's definition of business. Not-for-profit organizations and governmental agencies can use research in much the same ways as manager in for-profit organizations. Take note of the definition of the business research. And we make sure that we know the difference between applied and basic business research. Applied business research is used in business to build knowledge and develop product solutions. While basic business research, or also called the pure research, it is conducted without a specific decision in mind that usually does not address the needs of a specific organization, because basic business research attempts to expand the limits of knowledge in general. It doesn't aim at solving a pragmatic problem. When we say pragmatic problems, these are practical affairs, like practical problems. Check on the example. So, do consumers experience cognitive dissonance in low involvement situations? Does employee tenure with a company influence productivity? So, again, applied business research is used in business to develop knowledge or to build knowledge and to develop product solutions. So, take note of the definitions. Okay. And we also have the scientific method. Scientific method, the way researchers go about using knowledge and evidence to reach objective conclusions about the real world. In other words, scientific method, it is characterized by a natural science. It consists of a systematic observation, very important observation, measurement, and the experimental and formulation, testing, and modification of suggested guest, of any suggested guess. So, so in the diagram, you see the summary of the scientific method. Prior knowledge, meaning you have knowledge about a specific topic before, and then using the observation, systematic observation you have conducted, then you can make a hypothesis or a suggested guess. And then from the hypothesis, you will make a hypothesis test or an observation or an experiment. And then or a formulation or a testing. And before you can conclude that you have discovered a new knowledge. So take note of this scientific method, a systematic observation, measurement, experiment, formulation, testing, and modification of the hypothesis before you come up with a new knowledge. For managerial value of the business research, it gives the managers the decision-making process associated with the development and implementation of a business strategy. Involves four interrelated stages. So what are those stages? We have identifying problems and opportunities, diagnosing, assessing problems or opportunities, selecting and implementing a course of action, and afterwards the evaluating the course of action. Make sure you follow how important business research in the managerial level. Okay, now when is business research needed? The determination of the need for research centers on, we have time constraints. Time constraints meaning there's a lack of time. Limit project in terms of the time. These includes deadlines, workload management. It also involves resource allocations. So anyone who has worked on a project had to deal with a certain constraints regarding on the execution of the or the implementation of the project. Next, we have the availability of data. So if the data is not available, then there is a need to conduct business research. And another is the nature of the decision to be made. In order you can decide the final verdict, the final decision, you have to conduct business research. Then we also have the benefits versus the costs. The value of the research information in relation to the costs. Example, we have, will the payoff or the rate of return be worth the investment? Will the information improve the quality of the managerial decision enough to warrant expenditure? And we have to take note that in business research, if we study the market, the consumers in different countries have different preferences. Even if consumers want something, the government regulations can make it prohibitive. Yes. Or they will assign taxes to that specific product. Of course, diyan magpalupig ang gobyerno. They want to earn, they must earn. In the US, example, the Harley Davidson is pursuing the US women's market for bikes. They are encouraging women to drive big bikes. Broom, broom. Maybe in this example, they find out that there are a lot of women who have the interest to drive big bikes. And they know that because they conducted a business research. Another example is this in the airline business, in the airline industry. They come up with business class. So before they come up with a business class, they conducted business research. And they find out that there are consumers or travelers or clients that wants comfort during their travel in the air. Wants comfort, good food, convenient, boarding. But the problem is the price is hefty. Mahal. And they also tried offering discounts with this business class. But it failed. So they conducted a market study on if they offer business class, should it increase sales? So, based on the study, they find out that business class discount failed. And that through business research, they find it out that, okay, we have to have, they still have business class seats in the airplane, but only a lesser than the number of the premium economy or economy seats in the airlines. That is why if you observe if you're riding a plane or if you're booking your plane tickets, there are only few business class seats than premium economy or economy seats. Because most people grabs the economy seats because it's more affordable than the business class. But well, usually different market, different countries, different markets, different customer preferences. So there will be a possibility that in a rich country, maybe most people there will choose business class seat during their flight because they can afford. Just like the Jack Daniels. The Jack Daniels, they started it in different countries, in Japanese, in Australia, in British, and in China. They found out that different countries, different custom preferences. In Japan, Japanese use Jack Daniels as a dinner beverage. In Australia, Australians drink distilled spirits at home. British likes to drink at bars and restaurants, while the Chinese prefer knockoffs to save money and enjoy it with green tea. So, in other words, if you want to sell Jack Daniels, dili sa China. Okay? But you can sell it in an evening market in Japan and in the British area. Conducting business research, you can gain and gather research findings just like that on your screen. So before we jump into the next slide, I have a question that everyone must listen. What is the difference between applied business research and the basic business research? So if you're hearing this, type in your answer below the video. Okay, here's another set of questions. What is business? The word business, anyway. And is research applicable to all business units? Is research applicable to all business functions? What do you think? So type in your answers below the video in the comment section of this video. And make sure do not forget to screenshot after answering. Screenshot your answers, okay? And I would like to remind, thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. Because people are quick to judge faster than they are willing to understand. Like Carl Jung. This is the points to ponder today. And I hope you follow all the instructions before this video started. And I would like to say thank you very much. Your time and effort is very much appreciated. Thank you. See you in our next class. Bye-bye.